Hello and welcome to the International Roundup. I'm Noah Kipkimboy. This is in partnership with Viori, and we start in Nairobi, where Kenyans mark the commemoration of 2 years specifically after the June 25th anti-finance bill protest that left a number of young Kenyans dead. In this particular commemoration, we saw the police use tear gas, arrest protesters as families of the lost young men and women demanded for justice 2 years after.
We will continue agitating for the rights and freedoms and protections of all Kenyans, regardless of where they're coming from. And Article 37 is not a state guarantee. It is a right we firmly fought for, and it's enshrined in the Constitution. No reason police will open fire to kill innocent lives. So that culture has to stop. And today, we reaffirm that commitment as conscious Kenyans, as active citizens, and we are urging all people out there to remain vigilant, not to be afraid.
We shall not forget those we lost. We shall continue fighting for justice. But we shall still organize to send Mr. Ruto home, because in 13 months, Mr. Ruto is going home. And once he goes home, he's going to be held accountable for the killing of young people. The officers who pulled the trigger will be held accountable. The commanding officers who ordered the killings of young people will be held accountable. So while justice may be delayed, justice will be served.
Yes, sir. What do I do?
Now let's head to South Africa, where tension is brewing over the June 30th debt, where we've seen the movement that has been anti-illegal immigration and anti-foreigners say that it will culminate on that particular date. But the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, says that there is no room for racism, there is no room for unruly behavior, and as a government, they will ensure that business runs as usual on the June 30th.
South Africa cannot address migration alone. Through SADC, the African Union, and bilateral relations that we have with many countries, we will work together to tackle political instability, conflict, and economic hardships that drive people to leave their homes and to come here. We have made it clear that every person within our borders must be here lawfully. We have also said that responsibility for enforcing our laws rests with the state and the state alone, and that no individual may stop any person to demand documentation or proof of identity or nationality. There is no place for racism in our country, no place for sexism, for xenophobia, for Afrophobia, or any other form of intolerance. As government, we have put in place security and other measures to deal with any attempts to destabilize our country, whether by citizens or foreign nationals, and we will not tolerate any attempts to destabilize the country by anyone, whether marching or otherwise. Our security forces are ready, and those who transgress the measures that we're putting in place will definitely meet the might of the law. As people are saying, all manner of things will happen. We are taking measures to ensure that the 30th becomes a normal day where people will be able to work, to go about their business. Our security forces are ready.
Now, on to some sad news all the way in Venezuela, specifically Caracas, where the city has been hit by a double earthquake, 7.2 magnitude and 7.5 on the Richter scale. And this has destabilized the city, though efforts are being made to make sure that rescue of those hurt is ongoing. And now let's get a bird's eye view of this particular double hit at Caracas in Venezuela. As you can see, buildings going down and residents in disarray. And to stand with Venezuela in these difficult times, Mexico has sent assistance. These are rescuers from the army, just to make sure that the ongoing rescue process is efficiently handled and more hands on deck. And still on the Venezuela tragedy, United States President Donald Trump has said that as America, they are also going to help Venezuela at this difficult time where they've been hit by two, that is double earthquake, losing hundreds of lives.
We have the strongest military. We took over Venezuela in less than 1 day. And the oil is flowing, and we're getting along with them great. We're going to, by the way, help them with their big. They had a tremendous earthquake last night that you read about, massive in Caracas. But we're going to help them out. But we did that. And Iran, effectively, within a week and a half, we knocked out their entire military, their leadership, their aircraft, their navy.
Now, the UK is about to have its 7th Prime Minister in a span of a decade. This after the resignation of Keir Starmer. And it was a teary one. But people are asking, in a leadership that was marred by U-turns on promises and a touch of scandals, why exactly was it teary?
Our reputation in the world restored, with Britain once again standing up for decency, respect and the rule of law, securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, standing up for our values and rebuilding our relationship with our allies in Europe. Change promised by a Labour government, change fought for by a Labour government, change delivered by a Labour government. But I know the question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power and to begin the vital work of improving lives for millions of people. Those questions have been answered. The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision. I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete, and I will do everything I can to ensure an orderly handover of power. I will also give my successor my full and unequivocal support, knowing that they will inherit a Britain that is far stronger and fairer than the one I inherited 2 years ago, better prepared for the challenges ahead and better able to ensure the Labour Party secures a second term in office. I want to thank all of those friends and colleagues who have been at my side for these past 6 years or so, for their incredible commitment, service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
And still on this UK issue, of course, United States President Donald Trump has a say on it, and he says that Keir Starmer failed on three critical issues, and these are energy, immigration and crime. And he says that he hurt himself.
Sir, you've been quite critical of Prime Minister Starmer, and he's now resigned. Your thoughts, and who would you like to see as the next Prime Minister of the UK?
I was critical only from the because I think he's a lovely man, but I said you're really messing up energy. You have windmills all over the place. In the meantime, you have the North Sea oil, and they won't let anybody drill. It's one of the great fields in the world, and they haven't even found most. You know that the UK buys much of its energy. You know where? Norway. You know where they get their oil? The North Sea. The UK has a much better portion of the North Sea. They don't want to do it for environmental purposes, okay? And I told him, he's a very nice man. I mean, sort of a friend of mine. I mean, he was not good to us with NATO, Pete, right? He said, we can't use the island to land. That was the first. For a couple of weeks, he said, well, but ultimately I gave it to you now. That was a bad move. That hurt him badly. But I mean, I wish him well, but he's got two problems, energy and immigration.
And still on the United States President Donald Trump, He says that 3,000 years is actually a critical figure that is focusing on that particular number, saying that for 3,000 years, finally the Middle East will have peace, fully courtesy of his Iran deal, peace deal that we've seen, especially in the triune conflict between US, Iran, and Israel. And he says that this peace will go a long way.
And 10 days from now, our country will celebrate one of the most monumental milestones in human history. We will mark 250 years of glorious American freedom. In 1776, our founding fathers met in Philadelphia and changed the world forever and ever with a thing called the Declaration of Independence. They proclaimed the eternal truth that we are endowed by our Creator with the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all made, and you know that, free and equal by the hand of Almighty God. Tonight, as we stand on the edge of our 250th year of independence, I am thrilled to declare that America is back. And last week, we signed a historic agreement to end the conflict with Iran, fully open the Strait of Hormuz, and accomplish what no president has ever been able to accomplish before. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. That's done. And thanks to the power and skill of the United States Armed Forces, today Iran has no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft capacity, no missile launches, no manufacturing, and their leadership has been obliterated. And for the first time in 3,000 years, we are finally going to have peace in the Middle East. We're going to have peace in the Middle East.
After we've heard from Mark Rutte, Giorgia Meloni, Italian Prime Minister, says that actually NATO did not support the war in Iran, contradicting opinions within the European Union.
And listen, when an organization like NATO, our collective transatlantic alliance, go through a transformation like this, hey, you will have some debates, you will have some discussions, you will have some tensions. These are democracies working together. It would be strange if it would not be the case. And the President of the United States being disappointed with, as he sees it, lack of European support when it comes to epic fury. Hey, I said I understand it. But I said also yesterday in the White House, you saw this in the public remarks, these are isolated cases. When you look at the whole picture of Europe, all these European nations living up to their bilateral agreements with the United States when it comes to the use of bases and other support for the United States, this number of between 4,000 and 5,000 US planes taking off from European bases in support of epic fury. I mean, this was crucial and important for the US to be able to conduct that whole operation. So let's not be too scared if, hey, sometimes we fight each other a bit. That's normal. We are democracies. Again, this is a difference between us and authoritarian about dictatorships. They give the impression that everybody agrees. Well, they don't. We know this. But because of the total control of the media in Russia or North Korea, you will never see this. This is the strength of NATO. We are a alliance, of course, a defensive alliance, but also a alliance of values where we have democracies, the free media, we have parliamentary debates, we fight each other sometimes at the top of our lungs, and then in the end, we always come together for 77 years now.
And still in the world of sports, Abidjan was in elated moods and joy after Côte d'Ivoire beat Curaçao 2-0 in the World Cup game. Finally, of course, Samurai Blues have been performing quite interestingly, and they advanced to the rounds of 32, where they are set to face Brazil. And the fans are very optimistic, saying that they might actually beat Brazil, despite what majority of the people think that the game will favor the Brazilians.
But have eternal life. You see, our natural sentence is one of condemnation because we have.
All games are unpredictable. Nothing is for sure. Nothing guaranteed. However, Brazil is really good, and also Japan has been coming up with really good games. So there's not doubt of any teams, and let's hope for the best, and whoever wins, for the best.
It was so awesome, the game. The Japan win the next game. I hope they will do game again. Anytime we have to fight the Brazil, so this time is coming. So good deal.
It's gonna be very tough because we won the friendly match in the last time, but actually we're gonna play in the very next level in the World Cup games. But we are expecting very much to the Japanese national team.
Well, that's all from the globe and beyond. Thank you very much for joining with us on the International Roundup, the home of international coverage. This show has been in partnership with Vari. My name is Nokip Kimboy, and bye-bye for now.